Josh, what's the number one thing you're looking for the lads tomorrow?
I think when Gary came in, he put a huge emphasis on, I suppose, the tackling, and last week against Hawthorn we thought the first quarter we came out and we did that, but we just didn't sustain it through the whole game. So, we'll be looking to get some pretty good numbers, in the game tomorrow, and and through that, I think it's your will to want to make a contest.
Have you talked to lads a bit too? Like the first quarter, you said, was fantastic. They looked like they just went into their shells a little bit in the second quarter when Hawthorn came at them, about what to do if that situation arises again.
Yeah, look, it's one of those things. I think when you come up against the top four sides, you've got to be prepared as a team that no matter what, they're always going to come at you. And we've had I suppose we've tried to train a few things this week that if a team does get a run on, we've got to put things in place to stop that, as well as the mentality of the playing group that when a team is trying to challenge you, that you just have to lift the cog and challenge them back and take whatever they throw at you.
Talking of stopping, Cox and Nadanui obviously key to the Eagles. Is there a way of stopping them, or is it just trying to negate them a little bit?
Yeah, look, their hit-outs, they're obviously number one in the competition for hit-outs, but it hasn't really correlated to clearances, but it's more around the ground what they're able to do. Cox, his uncontested marks, and even when he goes up 40, he kicks a few goals, and Nadanui just his pure power through the contest. He goes in the centre square as a ruck rover as well, and can clear the ball, and we see him doing those 50-metre sprints and kicking great goals. So whoever's around the contest, I don't think it comes down to the ruckman, it comes down to every single player that comes up around the ball and their pressure that they're able to put on, and that goes back to our tackling pressure.
Your pressure was outstanding early on last week. Has that been a real key under Hocking? Is one of the things he emphasises?
Yeah, well, I suppose we've broken it down to pressure can be pretty broad, implied, physical, and all that sort of stuff. But to break it down to getting our tackling right, and as I said, we've put a bit of extra work on our tackling, and it didn't really correlate in the game last week. But if we keep working at it and we keep practicing, and then we think that it will turn. So, like you said, the first quarter was okay, but through the game we weren't consistent in it, and we need to get back to that.
Yeah, sometimes playing a little bit too much behind against a skillful side can hurt you, can't it?
Yeah, we have to be first to the ball. We have to go in lower and harder, and when those 50-50 contests come, you've got to make it, I suppose, your ball, and that's the way Gary Hocking played, and we'll be making a huge emphasis on that.
Yeah. Well, what's been said about how tough it's been for the players and for Gary, I guess, taking over? What's it been like the last couple of weeks for you assistant coaches?
Yeah, look, it's obviously been challenging. Whenever you get a change like this, it is tough on everybody, but you've just got to get back and get back on the horse and do your job. And we've all got roles to play within this team, and we've got to get these players up for the next few weeks. And the season when it ends, and like I said, we've just got our role to do, and we'll do it the best we can.
I guess with the players, there's so much uncertainty about what's going to happen, and for some of them, their futures and that kind of thing. Is it hard to get them all to sort of pull in the same direction in the last 3 or 4 weeks and not kind of look out for themselves?
It can be tough, but I think also the change with obviously the new coach coming in, a few new ideas as well. And we've tried to loosen things up a bit for them, just to get them, I suppose, inspired for the last 3 weeks and to finish off their year on a good note. Go into pre-season, some of them may not be here, some will be, but you've got to try and use the next 3 weeks to sort of throw yourself into pre-season with a good frame of mind and attack whatever, I suppose, coach comes in. Give them I suppose some good signs about what you're trying to do for the football club.
I guess too, for the players, just how important is it to get a couple of wins on the way home? What would it be to beat a good team like the Eagles?
Yeah, look, we're trying to upset anyone that we can come into the last 3 weeks. We're obviously playing teams that are going to be around the finals race with West Coast. They were looking to try and get in the top 4, and Brisbane next week. Obviously, probably not going to make the finals, but I think it's just a good challenge for us. That's how you can get the playing group up. I think they're playing against some of the best teams in the competition, like West Coast. And Hawthorn last week, you've got to throw that challenge at them.
You've got a new coach and you've got a heap of changes. Does that mean you make it a little bit more basic? in terms of strategy and just let them play?
Yeah, there's no doubt we've had to simplify things a little bit, and that's not saying that it was complicated before. It's just with everything that's been going on within the football club, you just got to make things a little bit easier for the playing group, and we've definitely done that. We've obviously tinkered a couple of things, but at the same time we've gone in with just a few focuses in the game last week and again this week to simplify it for the playing group.